Hello, and you know, I guess for this one, I just like to say that looking at myself as a teacher has been really working when it comes to you know articulating something. So I look at myself as a teacher, and now that I am trying it again, it feels really cringe. It feels really wrong, but for some reason, it just works really well in my mind. I feel that I am able to articulate things properly. I am able to articulate things better, and I am just able to articulate at least better than other ways that I am doing it. So, anyways, for this one, something that has come to my mind is, you know, the subject about it was the subject about how people tell you to really just be yourself. That's what people who are you know doing good in life, that's just what they tell you. They tell you that what you should do is to you know just be yourself. However, when we think about it, why is that relevant? Why is that important? Why should we take the advice when we are told just just be ourselves? So when we are being ourselves, we are just being ourselves. So why is that so hard to accept? Well, wouldn't it be interesting to say that it is hard to accept the advice of just being yourself because maybe you know you aren't really proud of you know what your current self is. So you cannot emulate something that you do not like, and therefore it is hard to take an advice such as be yourself. You cannot be yourself because you do not like your current self. You want to be somebody else. And so wouldn't it be you know, something like interesting to think about the thought that people who tell others to just be themselves, are people who already like who they are. These are people who are proud of who they are. They tell you to just, be yourself. But if you try to be, someone else, I mean, you wouldn't want that, right? So when someone tells themselves, tells others, just be yourself, they are really just, you know, telling others to be like themselves. And so, yeah, I think that the main point of all of this is that people who give advice, something like, just be yourselves, are people who are, already great. They already like themselves and they have already undergone development. I mean, I understand why this is important. It is important to just be ourselves because there is no point in wishing that you are someone else. And the sooner that you realize that, you know, that you are the only thing that you have, the only thing that you are in control of really is your body. So your body is the only thing that you are in control of. And in order to influence, the outside world or anything else, you have to do it through your body and nobody else and nothing else. So there's really no point in wishing that you are somebody else. You have to make do with what you have and just really train to be someone better. Anyways, another thing that I would like to address as well is how people don't really like someone engineering things for them, right? So this is something that I realized when I had tons of conversations with someone before. And, I used to panic when someone opened up to me. You know, when someone opened up to me, it felt like, it felt like I should try to improve their situation. I should try to, you know, do something about their situation. But that wasn't the case. People don't really want, you know, someone doing something for them. People don't want others to fix their lives for them. So people do not want others to fix their lives for them. And, even I don't want someone fixing my life for me because I am the one, I should be the one to fix my life. If people are going to try to fix my life, they are probably going to do it wrong. And it would be the same for you as well. If you try to fix someone else's life, the chances are that you're also going to be doing it wrong. And so if you are going to do it wrong, it's going to be painful for them. It's going to cause them to get hurt. So I found that that is not the approach that I should take. The approach that I should take when it comes to when someone is opening up to us is, just try and listen. You should just listen to the other person as they are opening up. And after they have opened up, do not try and provide a solution. Just acknowledge, just accept what they said and move on. And so I guess an interesting mission that I should make is what should I what should I do for that? So, you know, how do I translate that into something like in a video form? Because, you know, unlike when having a live conversation or an interaction with, you know, a real person, when we are doing these videos, there is nothing I'm not communicating with anyone. I'm just communicating with myself. I just have to give and give and give. There's nothing else that I can do. So it's more like you have to try and become a good ranter, you know, be someone who is good at rants. And that is not something that I really practiced on. That is not something that I really tried to improve because people don't like listening. They like talking. And I haven't been one to be good at talking. You know, I wasn't always good at talking. What I have been working on was a way to get people to open up. So this thing that I am doing right now, it's contrary to what I have been practicing all these years because all these years I have been practicing to get people to open up to me. But when I do these videos, I have, you know, it's, I am the one who is opening up. And I guess that is also the goal of what I am doing here. So the goal that I am doing here is to learn how to get people to open up to us. And I don't think that is going really well. But anyways, I guess that's it for this video, and I should try again another time because I haven't been able to verify my YouTube account. It's been a hassle really because it's really difficult to verify an account. I don't know what's wrong with YouTube, and you know, the limit is less than 15 seconds, 15 minutes. So I guess that's it for this one. And let's see each other on, the next one.